been a good year too for indie animation. Yeah, YouTube has been the home of indie animation. VENMO has been the home of indie animation, and they have thrived. Team Season has been showing more work that they've been completing and have had in progress as far as season three goes, or at least the pilot for the Lost season three to be shown. And from what I've seen and others have seen that supported them, it doesn't get any better than what they've gotten together. And you can only imagine what it's going to be like when they piece that all together and we get a full 22 minute something episode, if not 44 minutes something episode, to really sink our teeth into. And then, you got the Sonic fan film villain, the Sonic Villains fan film making progress. You've got people using AI and SFM animation to make little things here and there. Indie come into its own, not just in 2023, but more so this year than ever. It has. You're seeing trailers for something that's going to come out next May for, what is it, Spice Frontier, which is an indie animation. You know, again, it's just coming into its own, and it's just going to grow more so in 2025. I mean, you had a movie get premiered on here based on a concept that that someone created on DeviantArt called Nothing Unusual, and now they got a follow up coming up next year. That's that's crazy. That is crazy. So indie animation has really started to come into its own. It's really started to come into its own as far as 2024 is concerned, more so than I think it ever has. I mean, Hell of a Boss has really just taken off in a big way. I mean, the final two episodes were like master classes in indie animation. How far it's come. Not just from an animation and character design standpoint, but from storytelling as well. Just terrific, just absolutely perfect in my opinion. And it's just like I said, it's just going to get better and better. And now with the advent of all these AI services out there, like Kling and Halo U and Luma and Pixverse and Pika Art, if you will, and many others, Video.net and Runaway, all so Sorora, all these coming into their own, and now you got Google with VO2. Um, you got all these different AI platforms, and a lot of them give you that option to do animation as a way to bring your prompt to life. It's it's just amazing to see. It's just amazing to see all these outlets that are allowing you that opportunity to bring indie animation to another level, or at least help indie animation get to that next level. And I think a lot of people are right. I mean, they got their own opinions, but I think a lot of people are right. Indie animation really is excuse me, excuse my language, God, scaring the heck out of Hollywood. It is. It is scaring the heck out of Hollywood, and they know it. They know it. And I don't, I don't think, you know, I don't think there's nothing that's going to stop it. There's nothing that's really going to stop it, in my opinion. Because when you look at it within the animation, within the animation, within the animation and all that, you can bring a lot of what you want to see to life. I mean, again, I say AI, is going to help in that field, and it is, whether people want to admit that or not. Because here's what's crazy. I've taken some scenes from some stories that I've read on DeviantArt and so on, and I've applied them to AI, text to video prompts, and everything. And sometimes the results, depending on what I use, turn out to be great. They turn out to be terrific, in my opinion. They feel like they feel like this is exactly how it's meant to look like, visually. So to me, it's just you see a lot of this happening, a lot of this progress happening, and it just shows you that 2024 really, through the advent of AI and all the AI outlets out there, it's just helping, indie animation take that stepping stone in the next direction to be, exactly what Hollywood is scared of. Because with indie animation, you can make all what you want to see, all your dreams come true, through that outlet. You can make it all come true. And I think a lot of people know that. I think a lot of people realize that and they know it. One person I follow and support, Trouble TRO, he knows it. He knows it better than anybody because he's been using these AI outlets to bring certain scenes from his Pink Benefits, Cat Burglar, his Pink Benefits, series and a series of stories, his Cat Burglar series of stories, his Science Experiment one, and so on. He's been using these AI outlets to bring certain moments and certain scenes to life because everyone's aspiration, everyone's aspiration at the end of the day is to see those stories brought to life on the screen. And if he can eventually, do it to where he can make a movie, if not a mini-sode, a mini episode, a mini-sode, if you will, of his stories, then so be it. So be it. So yeah, indie animation's really just taking off, and I am not going to be surprised within the next several years if some of the indie animations that have gotten, off the ground and become the success, become the successes that they are, like, Vivia's, Vizzy Pop's, Hell of a Boss, and Has Been Hotel. I will not be surprised within the next several years. You hear Vizzy Pop come out and announce that she is basically working on developing, or if not has in development, a Has Been Hotel movie to be shown on the big screen, or she's developing or has in development a Hell of a Boss movie to be seen on the big screen. Do not be surprised by that. And my finger hit the mic there, so I do apologize. But do not be surprised if that happens. I would not be surprised if it happens. So that's why I'm telling you, don't be surprised within the next year, maybe even next year period, that that we hear something like that, occurring. Whether it's, a movie that gets a limited theatrical release and then heads to Prime Video in the case of Has Been, or it gets a limited theatrical release and gets, sent straight to YouTube because that's what it's seen like Hell of a Boss. I'm not gonna sit here and say it won't happen because right now we're in a situation where I think it can. I think it can happen. It probably will happen. So I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that whatsoever. But yeah, indie animation, thanks to the advent of AI helping it out, it's really coming into its own. It's really coming to its own in 2024, and you can only imagine what 2025 is going to have in store as well. But